like, why do people believe in Wi-Fi, but they don't believe in spirituality? You can't see Wi-Fi either.
The only thing we can be sure is what they've put out there in the public space isn't true. Right. So, what if nothing, not even the headlines, not the photos, not the justice system, what if nothing is what it seems? And today, in my coffee chat with my friend Bryce from Esoteric Atlanta, we are going to be exposing the deeper patterns behind Virginia. I can never pronounce her name. Can you, Bryce? Her surname, Virginia.
We'll just say that Virginia, not
That
this.
Virginia's
Don't.
alleged recent death, and don't worry, I'm not saying she's not dead. The elite control, the mass deception, because there's so much to unpack behind this. And in our coffee chats with Bryce, we alternate. For those that are new here, we alternate. We have 1 week on Esoteric Atlanta and 1 week on my channel, Catherine Edwards. Now, we do not pretend that we've got the answers. We are literally having a cup of mint tea together, and we're openly discussing topics that affect all of us, that and we really want this to be interactive so we can learn from each other. So we absolutely love hearing your thoughts and comments in the description box below. And this topic is really, really sensitive. There's so many areas that really tie into the SHIT show that we're all living in at the moment. But Virginia's played a huge role in exposing the networks of you know what. And we're going to come on to why we can't say these words, why Bryce and I can't say these words. But, everything surrounding this network, the Epstein network, highlights a much bigger picture and patterns that affect all our lives. And it's really reopened the discussion about what's been going on in our world, the control mechanisms, the manipulation that really applies to virtually every single powerful individual that we're faced with in the public arena, really. And her death really serves as a reminder that there's so many challenges still being faced by survivors, by anyone coming out to try and spread the truth and seek justice, and really understanding why we're all facing what we're going through. So we're going to dive deep into this one, Bryce, and we're going to, so that we can dive deep, we're going to move over to Rumble. But before we move over to Rumble, welcome first and foremost. And I really want to just ask you, Bryce, we get this a lot. Why can people like Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, Redacted, all these great, big, amazing channels say words that people like us with our little channels can't say?
Well, I actually went on a huge deep dive to figure out why that was. For a long time, I thought it was just because of their numbers that they let things slide with bigger channels, because obviously the platform YouTube makes money off of these bigger channels too. But it's actually way more simple than that. These are people who have registered themselves as a news organization. And that is why when you are registered as a news organization, you are not obliged to follow the rules and regulations of the platform as far as certain words are concerned, because you're literally reporting the news. Now, let's say that YouTube was completely squeaky clean and was a great, not nefarious like company. You can say
Oh,
things like
sorry, is it flying unicorn? That's just
uh,
yeah. Carry on.
It's not
Sorry.
flying outside. It
Yeah,
must be freezing over.
flying
You,
piggy. Yeah.
you can think about it like with children on YouTube. Like if it's a news organization, a child's not going to watch the news. And so parents have if we look at but we know there's different reasons for this, obviously, why little people like us can't say certain words. And of course, the bigger mainstream media is totally controlled anyway. So, and I'm not saying like I don't believe that like Candace Owens is
No.
controlled. I don't believe that at all. But she has registered herself as a news organization. Now, Catherine and I have discussed this. When you are reporting look at everything Candace has been through just with like the Macrones alone.
Mm.
You have to have, if you're a news organization like that, where you're actually doing proper journalism and proper reporting. First of all, you have to have bravery, which I think, Catherine, you and I do have bravery, but you also have to have money. You have to have money to be able to have lawyers that work for you. have Candace has a earpiece in her ear where she has a whole team that's helping her research, where they're constantly feeding her information or correcting something she said. And Catherine, you and I film out of our homes on our
Yep.
laptops. We just don't have those resources to put. We could very well label get our LLC as an actual news organization, but just to be able to say those words is going to put Catherine and me up for major liability. And we just don't have the backing to be able to do that. And so for now, for me at least, Catherine, it is easier for me just to play the game and move all the spicy stuff, the spicy material, to another platform.
I love it. Really well explained. And, thank God for people like Candace Owens and some of the other ones that we all love and think, because they can do it and they are changing history by the things that she is unapologetically really covering. So without further ado, this is going to be a good one. We're going to discuss loads of issues that are affecting all of us. And like most of what we discuss, it's not about just the individual thing of Virginia's supposed death. And I'm not saying she isn't dead by that, by the way. It's also about, what does this mean to us? Where are we being blindsided? Where's the mind control? Where's the manipulation? Where are we all still being controlled? So you know the score. The link's below. Follow us over to the other platform, Rumble. Join in the conversation. We need to hear your views and we need to see what are the lessons that we can all learn from this. I just wanted to take a quick break in this fantastic episode to ask you this. Are you as fed up as I am with all the stress triggers that we're constantly bombarded with every day? From geoengineering, EMFs, fake and toxin-filled food, unstable political leaders that no one trusts have our best interest at heart, global agendas, financial struggles, the list feels endless, doesn't it? That's why I've created something that I'm incredibly excited to share with you. My Mastering Stress and Resetting Your Nervous System online course. This is where I've pulled together all my best tools, techniques and strategies, everything that's made a huge difference for me personally and my clients. And the best part is you get lifelong access so you can revisit whenever you need. You can ask questions as you go through the course. There's an 80-page comprehensive ebook, over 4 hours of videos and audios, and free access to bonus modules with expert guests. The time's right to take back control of your health, your stress levels, and your life. So let's do this together. Click on the link below this video, join our incredible community, and no matter whatever the world throws to us, we'll thrive. And now back to the podcast.